Hey everybody, I hope y'all doing good. Let me just tell you real quick. I hope y'all had a nice day, a nice week, a nice month, and a nice summer because I have been away for a little while. No reason. I think I was just procrastinating. I have quite a bit of things to say and cover, but I just haven't been on for it's my own fault. But I hope y'all were entertained while I was away. And it actually took me a great deal just to press play because I was like, I've been away for so long. Oh, do I even know how to do this? Like, is the lighting right? But here we are, and I'm glad that you are here with me. So it is September 2024. And I just found out today, not too long ago, that James Earl Jones passed away today. And he is the voice. Like, when you think of robust and deep, and when you think of a voice, when you think of like a voice that is just so memorable, you're gonna think of like a Whitney Houston. You're gonna think of, I don't know, what other major voices that are out there. That's who I think of. But I'll think of Whitney Houston. I'll think of James Earl Jones. And yeah, he passed away today. So rest in peace to him. But it is September 9th, I think, 2024. And fall is upon us. Okay? And when I think of fall, when I think of like the fall time, it's getting close to the holidays and it's getting close to cozy time, and two things come in mind to me, which is needing money for holiday stuff and being in love or being in a relationship. What do they call it? I forget. But anyway, people are getting desperate out here. Things are different. The economy is all the way in the dumpster. And people are getting desperate for money. They're getting desperate for love. They're getting desperate for a lot of stuff. And they're putting themselves in compromising situations. I'm gonna let you know that you need to wait. Like, people, include myself, okay? And I'm gonna talk about that later. We get caught up in what we see. We get caught up in what we want. We get caught up in all of the things that are happening around us. And we're like, Lord, like, what is you doing? God, like, why are you playing in my face? And he looking down like, girl, guy, sister, brother, daughter, son, I'm not playing in your face. You playing in your face. You playing in your own face. And that's the title of this video. God is not playing in your face. You are. Okay? And we as humans are so goofy. The whole thing right now is the Chase and Chase bank situation, okay? Like, complete, total wire fraud. And people are like, oh my gosh, like, you know, free money, whoa. And it's more so like, I don't even want to say it's the younger people. I've seen videos of older folks standing in line to deposit these fraudulent checks. And it just reeks of desperation. And I understand, because I could use a few dollars. I think we all could use a few dollars in our bank accounts. But when we talk about the PPP, when we talk about all of these shiesty ways of making money, when we talk about scamming and all of these things, like, is it really worth it in the end? We go out and we buy the bag, or we take a quick vacation, but when we come back, we turning and looking, trying to figure out if the federales are coming to arrest us, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I know it's hard. It's so hard. It's so hard out here having a regular 9 to 5, trying to pay your mortgage, trying to pay your rent, trying to pay your car insurance, trying to pay your what else we got? BG&E. We got our phone services. If you take the bus or the train or the subway, we got to pay for our monthly back and forths. We got to pay our Ubers. We got to pay to eat. We got to pay. And some of us cannot. And so if we see what looks like an easy way out, we're going to take it. And I'm here to tell you that it's just not the way. As much as I wish I had 30,000 in the bank, okay? And I'm gonna speak it because one day I may have that times 100, and I'll be able to maybe share with y'all, okay? Maybe. But we have to really take ourselves out of these situations and get a little faith, just like a little grain of faith, right? And it's not easy, especially trying to be a good person, trying to be a person of God, and just like praying and fasting and trying to figure it out. You working hard and things just don't look like they're going in your favor, and you just want to give up. And I'm telling you, I was in that situation a couple of weeks ago, and I was just tired. I probably just needed a nap and a Snickers, but I came home from work, and man, I just didn't have the best day. And it wasn't work. It wasn't nothing that happened specifically, but it was just all of the things that just came to my mind. I let the enemy work me, right? And sometimes we forget and we listen to the lies. And we have to stop listening to the lies of the enemy, because he'll take us to a place, he'll just take us down to the ground, to the point where we trying to self-medicate, to the point where we're going back into situations that are dangerous or extremely toxic and unhealthy. And I failed that day. I came home and I just broke down. I was just like, I'm so tired. I worked so hard, and I've been working so hard all these years, right? And I have nothing to show for it. Matter of fact, I know what happened. I was in the midst of trying to find a new home, just trying to see what I can find. Just looking, right? And I put in an application for a place. And as hard as I work, they responded to me and said that I didn't have enough money to live in that particular place. And it wasn't even extremely expensive. And I'm like, come on now. And look, in hindsight, I'm like, well, maybe that's not what the place that God wanted me to be. So I let it go. It wasn't even the fact that they said no. It was the fact that they said I didn't have enough money to pay to stay there, which, I mean, I do pretty good, paying all my bills and paying them on time for the most part. Sometimes I got to say, hey, can you wait a couple days? Because I ain't got it yet. And that happens, right? But I was like, well, I don't even got enough money to live, Lord. And it hurt my feelings. But after I took a nap and got something to eat, I thought about it. And I said, okay, that's a place that was not for me. But I said, what can I do? I need obviously more money, obviously something. And God was like, no, you already have me. You already have the resources, and I'll give you more if you look to me and ask. And sometimes I forget. And I've been sustaining all this time, right? I've been sustaining. And I'm not about to be, under the bridge. And God bless the homeless that have to live under the bridges and have to live on the benches. Like, God bless them, because I just don't know. I just don't know what I would do. Like, I sometimes I think about it, because that could be me. That could be you, right? But anyway, just in that moment of total desperation and sadness and hopelessness, I was not in the mood to hear about waiting for nothing. I wanted some help. I needed some help right then. I needed some money right then. I needed a man to help me right then. Like, I needed something. I felt like just total desperation. Like, Lord, like, what are you doing? What is happening? What do I need to do? I feel like I've been living and going and back and forth. And my message is to just sometimes give it a moment. Give God a second to work through you. And your time is not my time. My time is not your time. Let me tell you, I'm social media. Sometimes you gotta take a break, right? I was on Instagram, and you'll see people living and thriving, and you sometimes you gotta laugh, because it's like, are these people really living these lives? And sometimes they are, but sometimes it's a facade. Sometimes, they show you the cars, they show you the house, they show you, oh, if you want to make this amount of money in a month, DM me. And I'm like, it can't be that easy, because we have to go beyond the valleys to learn the lessons to get where we need to be to sustain for a lifetime. Like, I'm not trying to get rich quick, but I'm also not trying to wait till I'm 86 to live an opulent life. Okay? Like, I would like to live a satisfying, comfortable life, just like everyone else, but not to the point where I'm facing Fed charges for depositing fraudulent checks. So if you're in the wait, if you're trying to figure it all out, I wish I could like flip a switch to help the people that are in need. And I'm telling y'all, the folks out there that are like feeling it financially, there are people out here that are making big money, and that's not even their problem. Their problem is mental health. Their problem is, their physical health. Their problems are way different than us trying to make it. They trying to make it in another way. And I don't know, I think we're all just going through. But just hold out. Don't put yourself in a situation that you are going to regret for the rest of your life. Please, okay? That part was just the money part, because I had to say something about that. I was looking at so many videos on these people making these terrible decisions. Don't do that. This makes me think about around C19 panorama time, when the blessed circle or the money flower thing was going around, and people I know personally was like, yo, you need to get on this. Like, all you gotta do is invest $300 and you'll get back $3,000, just like that. And I was like, huh? What in the American greed is going on here? I was like, it just don't work like that. Even if you get the money, somebody else is losing probably the last $75 that they had. And I know people personally that have lost like $300, $400, whatever. And I'm discernment, use it. God gave us all discernment. If you feel something that is not right, if you feel I don't care. If you get an inkling that something is too good to be true, question it, do your homework, don't jump, don't just give it a little time. Don't let nobody make you do something in a haste because it's convenient for them. You have to do what's convenient for you. You have to say, wait a minute. Okay, give me a day, give me 2 days, because I'm not ready to make that decision right now. Okay? That's just a side little advice thing. But it just made me think of that. It's always some new type of scam that's coming up like every couple years, right? And I feel like after one scam comes and you lose some money, you would think like, okay, maybe I should keep my head up, keep my, my senses on when I see something else that looks too good to be true. Money just don't come like that, y'all. Even the little $1,200 that the government gave us during those crazy times, we paying that back still. I knew it. I was like, I'm gonna take the money, right? But we gonna pay this back. We've been paying it back in gas. We've been paying it back in egg prices. We've been paying it back in gas prices. We've been paying it back in everything for the last almost 5 years. So all I'm saying is to just question stuff. Do your homework. Okay? That's with money. That's with job opportunities. That's with anything. People, new people coming into your life. Don't be letting people in your life all fast. Don't be letting people in your life. I know you're lonely. I know you need friends. I know you need a man. I know you need a woman. I know you want children. You need to hurry up. No, first of all, no, you don't need to hurry up. You need to chill. You need to chill. Go take a bath and sleep on that. Okay? You need to chill. But honestly, you need to take a step back and read up on some things. And not just what people say. Don't even take what I'm just talking to y'all. And this, like I said, this is my page where I talk to other humans about human things, and whether you take my advice or my little talks or whatever for helping you, that's absolutely awesome. If it don't, then I'm sure it'll help somebody. That's why I do it. I don't get on this camera just to get on here, because I would get so nervous, just by pressing play. And I'm like, Lord, this is all you. This ain't me, because it's just not me. But when it comes to relationships, whether it be romantic or platonic, you have to wait. You have to wait. I hear people say things like, that's why I don't like people now, because people aren't trustworthy. That's why I don't think I'm ever going to be in love, because I watch all of this stuff on TV, and it's just everybody just taking people for their kindness for weakness and taking advantage of people. And I know there's some crappy humans out here, right? But if you feel like you're a decent person, it's got to be some other decent people in the world. It's not just you, right? And you're not perfect yourself. You're not perfect. We've done some things, right? I've done some things. But there are decent people out here. But you cannot just get with the first decent person, or you cannot just befriend the first person that you think is cool, you gotta feel people out these days, child. You gotta feel people out, and it ain't gonna just take like 2 months, 3 months, whatever. In some special cases, you do gravitate to people and they gravitate towards you, and you flourish into a very harmonious relationship, which is great. But if you see red flags in people and you keep giving excuses to it, that's a problem. That's a problem. You gotta figure out why you let people in so easily. You gotta ask yourself, why do I give people the benefit of the doubt? Everybody. These people done called me names. This man done already insulted me our first weekend on our second date. This girl, she already asking me to get her hair and her nails done, and I don't even know her. This person is asking me for $40, and I just met them last week. Like, come on. Like, we have to really ask ourselves these questions. And we have to take responsibility for our decisions. We have to take accountability for our choices, because it isn't always everybody else. Some of us got to stop playing the victim as well. You have to ask yourself, why don't I have any close friends? And that's if you want close friends. I'm not talking about people that are comfortable with being by themselves or comfortable with being solo. If that's you, that's awesome. But if you're wondering, why don't I have close friends? I want to be around people. Maybe you have to look inward and figure that out. Maybe you do. But yeah, it's not always everybody else. It's not God. It's not even the devil. Sometimes it's just you making silly choices. And when we make these silly mistakes, we have to also forgive ourselves and not do it no more. Or at least try your hardest to stop. Like, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, what they call it? Insanity. You think it's going to be a different turnout. You think you played these people faces. You played your own face for real. Putting money into a Cash App flower blessed circle, thinking you're going to get some money out of somewhere. Where do you think that money is coming from? Where did you think? It's not coming from the bank. It's coming from other people that was goofy and silly too. I'm sorry to say it. If you did that, if you did that, you was a little goofy, you was a little silly. I don't care if you walked away with $10,000. You walked away with somebody else's money that was goofy and silly too. And you might have lost some. I'm sorry. Just a little side note there. But all I want to say is just be careful. It's getting colder outside. If you are by yourself and you want to be in a relationship, child, you need to be careful, because it's going to be people calling you. It's going to be people reaching out to you that played the playground all summer long. They played around. They was in these streets. They was being city girls. They was being hot boys. And now they trying to come home, or trying to spin the block, as people say, to see how you doing. Don't fall for it. If they wasn't calling you, if they wasn't reaching out to you on a consistent basis, and I'm even talking about friends, if they wasn't reaching out to you, if you haven't talked to somebody in like 8, 9, 10 months, a year, like, sometimes you just gotta be like, look, I'm just gonna move on. Obviously, we not as tight or close as I thought. You gotta leave people alone. And a lot of times that's God's protection. If somebody is not reaching out to you, if somebody is, you know that they not really messing with you like that. You see them on Instagram, you see them out and about, but they not reaching out to you, there's your answer. Y'all just not that close. And it's not like it's their fault, or if it's not like something's wrong with them or something's wrong with you. That's just the way it is. And you have to move on. You cannot force relationships. You can't, because you're going to end up embarrassed, you're going to end up hurt, and you're going to end up bitter. Sometimes you have to just say, all right, I see you when I see you. But when it comes down to these relationships, intimate relationships, you have to be so careful. Okay? You can't just go off into the sunset with the first person that says that they love you, or they want to be with you, or you so fine, you so handsome, you so cute, or whatever. You have to be very careful. Okay? Wait. Stop playing in your own face. Don't let these people come and stir you up, and you like, I don't think this is the way love is supposed to feel. This person, he said he loved me, but I ain't hear from him in 3 days. That's not normal. That is a coworker. Okay? That is not your boyfriend. That's not your man. That's not your girl. Okay? You done took this girl out to, what is a fancy restaurant? In the comments, what's the most famous expensive restaurant that you know? Okay? You done took her there. You done brought her the filet mignons. You done brought the scalloped potatoes, child. You done brought the broccolini. And you ain't hear from this lady after she done snapped the picture and put it on Instagram without your face in there, because she ain't want nobody to know that your face was in it. After you done all that, and you ain't hear from this child. Y'all not together. She don't like you. She don't like you like that. And I'm sorry to say it like that. She don't like you. She was using you. Take your funds and do something nice for yourself. And stop trying to reach out to these people that aren't in your league. And I'm not saying that they are above you. A lot of these people, they not on your level. Sometimes they over there. Stop trying to get the city girl. She not for you. She don't want you. She wants your black card. Ladies, stop trying. Everybody want the 6'3", super cut, dark skin, heavily bearded Nigerian king. Everybody can't have that. And he know he fine. Child, he know he fine. He know it. That's why he got everybody. And their mother. And your cousin too. Okay? He not just looking at you. He looking at everybody. He got everybody. We have to know where our positions are. We have to know where we are. And I'm not saying that, ladies and fellas out there, if you're looking for a partner, I'm not saying that you do not deserve somebody attractive. But it's not going to be on the same scale all the time. Like, everybody can't have 6'3" Nigerian king. Fellas, y'all cannot have city girl fine, number 9. Y'all can't have exotica erotica. Y'all can't have her. All y'all can't have her. But it's somebody out there for you that's really nice. And they attractive. They cute. I have dated guys that my friends were like, girl, like, you got it a little better. But I like them. And I'm not looking for the tops of the tops, because everybody else is looking for that, right? I'm looking for somebody that's going to treat me right, that's going to love God the way that I love God, and we can grow together. I always say I date a trash man. Okay, that has got to be whew, one of the most, I don't know what kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but I just give it up to the trash man. All of the environmental service people that have to do those dirty type of jobs, I give it up to you, because not everybody is built for that. You know, you out there, you working hard, you getting trash, you getting all stink, and you clock in the next day ready to do it again. I give it up to you, and I love you. I sincerely do. I said I would date a trash man. I ain't gotta date no millionaire, billionaire tycoon, no Steve Bezos. You know how many millions and billions of women want Steve Bezos because he's a trillionaire? You know. Stop looking for the top all the time. Start looking at you, and if you want something better, of course, do better. If you want some, you can't be out here looking this way and you want something, top notch. Okay, you can't. You can't be Mr. Potato and want Victoria's Secret model. I'm just saying, you gotta make it balance. You gotta make it work. Okay, and if you're gonna pay somebody for your time, and this is talking about men and women, because I've seen older women paying younger men for sex and for company, and it's kind of strange. I don't want to say crazy. I'm learning not to say crazy. It still may come out sometime, but I mean, men have always been doing it, paying for that comfort. But I'm telling y'all, it's so many people out here that want a loving relationship, but social media has made it not impossible, but very difficult to date in your range, to the point where nobody is good enough. Nobody's good enough. And it's decent people out here. It's good people, attractive people out here, but you want what's over there across the sea, and it's almost unattainable. You reaching. So it's like, if you can't have that, you don't want anything. The nice barista that makes your lattes every morning is available, and she cute or he cute, but you looking past that because you just don't think that person is good enough, when they actually might be perfect for you. You never know until you try. I'm just saying, we need people. People need people. That's why people are so lonely, but we're also so picky and so choosy and so this and that we are just digging ourselves into a hole of loneliness instead of waiting. And sometimes, the loneliness, we have to feel it. Some people cannot live without being by themselves for a little minute. They can't go more than a couple months without having a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend. You bringing somebody around every Thanksgiving. Grandma's looking like, dang, is your name Erica? Is your name Kim? Who are you? People asking what happened to Daryl when you was just saying he was the love of your life 2 months ago. Now it's Robert. Who is Robert? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to get together, people. We have to get together. We have to get together. Even now, I have to get it together. I put myself in that boat, but I'm willing to wait. As hard as it is, man, as hard as it is, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait. I'm not going to go out here trying to scam people. My mama, she just had some charges that she had to fight on her card. Some Amazon charges. She don't even shop on Amazon like that. And these people been charging $6 on her car since February. And I'm like, what the heck? And scamming. The world is just going downhill. The world is just going downhill. Nobody want to work. And I get it. Working is hard sometimes. But we gotta do. We gotta do. We'll have times where we can go on vacations and chill with our friends and stuff, but we won't be able to enjoy it as much if we did it all the time. Say if you're a billionaire, you can go get a jet to Paris right now. You can go to the Netherlands and by the end of tomorrow, right? But will you really enjoy it after a year or two? Everything maybe some people like, heck yeah, but how much though would you be able to enjoy it if you do that stuff all the time? Sometimes you have to work to really, and I'm sorry, I got indigestion. I ate dinner and I don't think I drank enough water, so I'm feeling kind of stopped up. But that's life after your 30s. But anyway, you have to like really take a sit back and say, this is my life right now. It's not going to be forever. Some people think that this is forever. This is it. And I've been there like, oh my gosh, like nothing is never going to change. I'm always going to be broke, Lord. I'm always going to be sad. And that's not it. That is the lie from the pit of hell, y'all. It's the lie from the pit of hell. We have to stop believing the lies. Why do we believe negative stuff and bad stuff over good stuff? Is it maybe because we see more bad things? And I really, that's a legit question. Like, why do we tend to think more negative than think positive? Is it because of what we see? Is it because of what we are, what we are surrounded by? Like, what is it? Because, to be honest, it's so easy to just be in a drag, especially waking up in the morning or waking up at night to go to work. It's like, dang, I don't feel like it. Instead of saying, okay, time to go to work, it's like, again, Monday, again, Why can't we just say, okay, it's Monday? I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But, yeah, it's not always everybody else. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's me. But we can get to a better place. Sometimes we have to take a break from the socials. Sometimes we have to get in deep with God. And we have to ask him, Lord, what do you want me to do? And if you don't say nothing and things are silent, sometimes we just have to wait. Sometimes we have to wait. And it's not always fun. But in the end, you'll be like, oh, that's why. Oh, that's why. Look, that's why. Okay. Before I got on here, I saw 2 engagements. Okay. And then I saw another poster that was just talking about the love of their life. And I cannot believe I met you. I just love you so much. And I'm just like, okay. All right. Knowing I should have been getting ready for this video, I was like scrolling. And I was like, all right, that's my cue to get up off of here, because, and not that you can't be happy for those people, because one of the couples I'm very extremely happy for. I'm like, and I don't even know them personally, but looking at those things when you're not in that same situation can turn some feelings on that don't feel very nice. the loneliness sets in. It's getting a little chilly outside. You want somebody to cuddle up on, But when it's not happening and your mind is not stayed on God and you starts to wonder and your emotions start to overflow that cup, then you are in a little pickle. What are you going to do? You going to call this dude that don't really care about you, that can lay it down real quick, and then you feel like toilet tissue the next day? You going to call this girl, she don't care. All she do is ask you for $40. What are you going to do? There's a couple things to combat loneliness. And let me make this disclaimer. I'm not a licensed professional. I'm not a mental health therapist. I'm not none of that. I'm just a human talking about human life, okay? But when those feelings start to pop up, you have to figure out other ways to combat the loneliness, to combat the depression. First, for me, is to ask for help from God. Like, God, help me. You God send me some help. And I talk to God like that. Like, some people like, oh, I don't know how to pray. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Girl, guy, whoever you are, you need to just talk like you talking to your cousin. You need to talk like you talking to your homegirl, your homeboy, or your bro, or your friend. You need to talk to them like that. You need to talk to God like that, is what I'm saying. I talk to God all the time, like a regular person. Lord, these people get on my nerves. What can I do? I'm annoyed, Lord. I'm frustrated. I'm actually frustrated with you right now. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Help me, Lord. Send a word. Send a person. Help me. I need some help. That's how I talk to him. Some people, they probably feel like, oh, I'm going to feel goofy. Listen, it's your life. Like, what you gonna do? Feel even goofier in jail, or goofy in a hospital, or goofy with this person that don't care about you, or goofy with God? I'd rather be goofy with God any time of the day, because he ain't gonna let my business out. When somebody get mad at you, you don't know what they gonna put on the internet. When you put your feelings up on Facebook, you don't know who taking a screenshot and sharing it. But with God, he don't do that. He don't let it out. I'm begging you to reach out to him first. And he'll give you the resources. So you might get a call, or you might see a video on YouTube or something that will just change your life. But you gotta ask for the help first. And sometimes God will just send you the help because he know you. He know you ain't gonna say nothing. He know you're not gonna reach out to him, but he love you anyway. And he gives you that grace to say, hey, this is my child. Let me just help them out, because they need some help. Start going to the gym more. If you got a gym membership and you ain't go since March, they've been taking your $10. That little March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Like that little $60. Or however much you pay a month, that could have went to a bill. That could have went to a nice meal and a massage, something. Don't waste your money like that. I was about to cancel my gym membership because I was like, I ain't going enough. But then I was like, why? I need to go. I need to get this weight off. Everybody can stand to be healthier. Even if you think you are the healthiest that you can be, if you stop today, it's just going to go down. Everybody can help to help themselves. You can join a bike club, a hiking club, get on Eventbrite and go to a jazz show. And I missed the jazz event that I had tonight because I had to get on here. I was like, God, I know I was supposed to get on here back in July. It's September. I haven't made a video, I think, since June. And that's on me. because I was in my own stuff. But I'm here now. I'm here now. And I hope that I can keep it consistent, okay? But if you want to meet people, if you want to get out, if you want to change your life, do something different today that you don't normally do. Even if it's a little uncomfortable, if you feel goofy, just do it to say, "Hey, I did this." You never know who you meet on your travels. I found a new store not too long ago that I really, really love. And I just, even if I don't have $5 to buy something, I go in there and I feel better. Just looking around, just getting out of the house, just doing something. Fight. Fight the depression. Fight the loneliness. Fight the lies. Ask God what you need to give up. It's some things that y'all doing out here that is messing you up. It's some things out here that are not healthy for you. A rapper just passed away from a alleged overdose. I don't really know if that is really what it was. And rest in peace to him and his family. And he has said that he has had issues with addiction in the past. So I'm not sure if that is what it was. But you gotta find something. Because the enemy is taking us out one by one. One by one. One by one. We feeling hopeless out here. We feeling nothing is going to happen. We are falling to these addictions of alcoholism, of drugs. These drugs got fentanyl in it. These drugs, we are taking complete uncontrol of our lives. Uncontrol. No, we just don't have the control. We are taking controlled substances to escape what's happening. And it's just taking us off the face of this earth. It's not worth it. We fall into addictions of lust. We fall into addictions of witchcraft. So many things. We gotta ask God, what you want me to give up? And I'll make a video on this. And I think I mentioned this before. I asked God, what do you want me to do? Because it's something that I'm doing that is allowing me not to catch your attention. And he said, if you're serious, this is what I want you to do. And my thing, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, it was astrology. It was horoscopes. And I was deep in that for over 20 years. And I said, no. Matter of fact, I think I did mention this, but if you're here for the first time, you're listening to it for the first time. And I advise you to please reach and look to God. This is me, a Christian girl, known God all her life, but didn't know him enough to know that that was not right. And please don't click off, please. I'm trying to tell you, if you told me that, and I used to be in church, and my pastor would talk about astrology, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, he don't know what he's talking about. You know, God uses astrology to, organize us to know who we are. I was just silly and goofy. God knows the number of every curl on his head. The number of why would he use stars to figure it out? And I'm telling, and this is going into another direction. I don't know why, but just listen to me. Don't fall for this stuff. This stuff is taking us far away from Christ. It's taking us way far. People lighting up sticks and lighting up all types of, what you call it? In the comments, I know you know. And swirling smoke around and open up their windows and throwing salt behind their back. You don't know what spirits you got going on that you are opening up the portals to. You just don't know. I had no idea. And I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting from the ignorance that I have allowed in my life. The demons that I allowed from all of the stuff that I thought was okay. If you out there and you watching porn and you watching all of this crazy stuff and you indulging in all of these scary movies and all that, I'm telling you, you think it's innocent. It's not, y'all. And it's getting to the point I'm like, Lord, is this okay? Like, I don't want to open up nothing in my house now. I don't want you start hearing creepy stuff and I have heard stories of people saying, oh, it's sounds in my attic, or I feel things on my bed. It's because you are going to psychics. You don't know them people. And the enemy uses people too. He uses his demons and his angels. Well, I don't know why I'm here, but listen, he uses his demons and his angels to know who you are too. You thinking, oh, well, why did that, if they not real, how come they knew this? You think the devil, he got eyes too. He got minions around. It's tricks of the enemy. We have to be discerning now. We have to be discerning now. This is not a game. People are losing their minds. People are fighting out here. You see these children going in schools, killing each other just like that. Like, what is going on? This world is not of God. This is not God's world. This is the devil's world. We are not of the world. We're here, but we are not the world. I don't know why I'm there. But if you are indulging in things that are not of God, if you're watching porn and you want to stop, please reach out to God. Ask him to help you. There are things in my life that I never thought that I would stop. And just with the whole astrology and horoscopes and all of that stuff, I was like, I'm not giving up that. I turned that into my idol. That was my baby until contradictions started. I was supposed to be compatible with this person, but then my moon sign was saying I was compatible with this person and not that person. But then, oh, my rising sign is not compatible with anybody. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. Please wake up. I'll talk about that another time. But I thank God for just allowing me to go where he wanted me to go, because I didn't know how I got here. I actually took notes, and I'll save that for another day because there's some other things that I wanted to cover. But I'm trying to tell you, if you are in anything that is making you feel down and depressed, ask God what to do. And I don't feel like I'm one to give marital advice, because I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship or anything like that. I know how it feels to be in a toxic relationship or a toxic friendship, but I'm not. I don't know what it feels like to be in marriage and having those types of issues. So I would say get with somebody that has a successful marriage, not a perfect one. Get with somebody that knows what they're talking about in that arena. I will say that much. Get with somebody that knows. If you're in a marriage and you're going through, and I'm not talking about adultery and domestic violence or anything like that. If you just kind of hit a spot and you're like, things are not happening or not as fiery and passionate or whatever where they used to be, please reach out to somebody, because the enemy is after your marriage. The enemy is after your children. If you got children, please pay attention to what they are watching. Please pay attention to what they're watching. Pay attention to what your kids are watching. The enemy is so cunning. And people like to think that their children are so innocent, and that, I'll just say this. People always see me as the good girl, the quiet girl. My mom and my dad did not. They thought I was mature enough to do my own thing. And for the most part, I was. But they left me to my own devices. And guess what? I was watching porn by 5. Watch what your children are doing, because the enemy is busy. And those things, I would say, it wasn't meant for me to find, but I found it. And you can't always be 24/7 around your children. You can't, but at least you got to implant something in them. And that's Christ. At least so they can know, like, hey, this might not be right. And that was me. My mom gave me back to Christ at a very young age. And even though I was watching that stuff, I knew it was for adults, but I didn't know it was not supposed to be indulged by anybody, because it is very addicting. And it takes a lot to get away from that. It takes a lot. And one day, if I'm really, really comfortable with talking about those things more in depth, I will. I know I will. Now's not the time. I just had to say that, because people are not paying attention to their children. They letting them wear whatever they want to wear. They being very lenient on a lot of things, and it is taking your children down to hell, y'all. And I will say that, and I don't have kids, but I was a kid. I was a kid. So please, watch it. And watch yourself. Watch what you're watching around your children. Watch what you're watching for your own sake. If it's too raunchy, if it's too violent, if it's too much, turn it off. Go watch something else. Watch something healthy. You wondering why you going through? This is stuff you allow in your house. Even if it seems, not so terrible, it just might be. It just might be. So, anyway, the Lord ain't playing in your face. You playing in your own face. I just wanted to, I wrote down this verse that I thought was pretty interesting when it comes to our patience and waiting and not going so fast trying to get what we see online, and trying to get the money, and trying to get the love, and trying to get the this and the that, right? Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 says, so let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Many of us are giving up, or about to. And I'm begging you not to, because I'm telling you, some of the choices and the decisions that we are making will literally be the detriment of our lives. That will literally be it. You make one decision, and That decision is going to get you pregnant. That decision is going to get you 18 years of child payments. That decision is going to get you HIV. That decision is going to get you fed time. That decision is going to get you your life. Take a moment, take a day, take a week to figure out what's best for you. Pray to God, Lord, help me make this decision. And if he don't say nothing, wait some more. I've been waiting for a long time for a lot of things. Okay? It's things where I'm like, man, I'm just about to go out here and live my best life because I'm seeing this girl, I'm seeing that girl, I'm seeing this person and that person doing whatever they want to do, getting blessed, but they ain't blessed. That's not really called blessing. Some of it is grace, but God keep giving chances until people wake up. But some of it is not blessings from God. It's underhanded curses from the devil. Because you won't have to pay him. God already paid the ultimate price. Jesus Christ paid with his life. He not asking nothing for us but to believe and have faith. And to give our lives to him. That's it. He's not asking for all of the stuff the enemy is asking for. He's not asking for our joy. He's not asking for anything that's going to bring us peace. He's trying to take our joy. He's trying to take our peace. So please make the right decision. Stop playing in your face. Stop making these crazy decisions. Stop chasing the bag. Stop chasing these opportunities. These crazy, crazy opportunities. People are doing some crazy stuff, y'all. Crazy stuff. Anyway, I love y'all. I'm sorry it's been a little long for the people that have, followed me for a little while. Thank you. If this is your first time, thank you for being here and staying for this whole hour plus. I had a lot to say and I actually have even more to say, but I'll leave it here for now. I love you. I'm praying for y'all. And I hope that you have a peaceful day, week, time, whatever, until we meet again. All right. Love you. Bye.